Hey, how's it going? Clint Rihn here. Today we are at MGV, Maple Grove Venues, and we're going to be looking at the new holes that we just put in. So this is going to be exciting. It ended up turning into 11 holes that were affected, but I'm going to bring you along and show you all 11 new holes. So here we go. All right, our first change is actually hole 1, and we're, instead of going down this way down the tree line, we're cutting straight across. One reason is to get it over to that fairway, which is not being used later, so we wanted to use it because it's one of the coolest parts out here. And the basket now is on a slope. I'm going this way because it's super windy, and try not to make this too loud. But it's about 300 feet, a little over, downhill with a tough green behind, because it's very, very sloped behind to the right. We probably have like 20 mile per hour all day since I've been here, and it's right to left. Oh! Well, my mic got all messed up when the camera fell, so I'm going to be doing a voiceover for this. The first throw is a fuse, and then the second throw is a keystone. Mainly I'm trying to throw something pretty flat, have it fade a little bit at the end. I thought the wind would bring it back, but it didn't. And then this is the real challenge of the hole, is the big slope on the right side of the basket. So you're going to see probably a lot of rollaways and give it a little bit of difficulty. Hole number 2 is a par 4, probably 650 feet, somewhere in that range. Off the tee, we're just trying to throw far as you can into the open field. The basket is up by the trees on the right side, so if you do finish a little left, you're going to be further away from the basket, but your angle might be a little bit easier to the basket. You can also finish really far right and have kind of a backside hyzer, which is also a pretty good play. But as you can see, I'm super far left and I have a wide open straight lane to it. I'm probably 200, 250. I threw pretty far off the tee with Ballista Pro and Arrive. And then the trees on the green kind of make a border around the basket where if you hit any of them, you're kind of at 40 feet, maybe even more. So you really have to get through the gap to have a good look at a putt. Otherwise, you're going to have to make a C2. And finally, making some good putts. Oh, almost. Hole number 3. This is about 330 feet, so a little bit longer than the old hole 3, but we're playing to the same basket. So there's OB behind it. It's on a little bit of a slope. We're looking at the big tree right in the middle, and you kind of got to go either right side or left side. If you go left side, it's pretty open. There's just a tree late that you have to get under. And then if you go right side, there's one kind of big dead tree right in the middle. So you have to pick a side. You got to go inside it or outside. Inside, you'll usually end up like 20 short, unless you kind of flip something up. Then you can get all the way to the basket. But this was my honor. I remember this shot being pretty good. Ooh, ace run. Got really excited about that one. This is where that honor ended up. And you can see I was probably 2 feet from the out of bounds behind the basket. So you got to come in a little bit low to make sure you don't go out of bounds. All right, hole 6 is about 250 feet. We're playing to the same basket that was from up top, long par 5, all the way down the hill. So it's the same basket as that one on the mound, which I really liked because there's rollaway potentials and all that. But we're just attacking it at a different angle. You can go straight at it through the main gap, or you can go above it. It kind of just depends on how you like to throw. After this tree, it's probably like 50, 60 feet if you like get through. So if you get through, you're going to be pretty close. Whoa, pulled it. All right, I got to try that again. That was bad. Ooh, gave it a little run, just a little bit to the right. And then I think this is the other good play, is a big forehand. I like going a little bit faster so I can go high, kind of at that taller tree on the left side, aim at that and fade, because there's a sneaky tree on the left that's further back than you think behind this little bush. Oh, that looks great. Yeah, perfect. That was exactly how you draw it up. If I'm any more left or shorter, like height-wise, I'm gonna hit that stuff and fall to like 45. Oh, that's what can happen here if you don't pay attention. A little headwind coming right off this hill. Oh, but it's just like a prime example why I like this hole and how it can turn from an easy hole to a 4 really quick. I've gone back and forth a few times here, and that first miss caught the wind, so I'm like 40 feet away. I'm going to show you all 3 routes here. This is hole 7, about 600 feet. It's up in between the 2 mega trees up there. We've used this basket a few times before, but you have to finish on that side to be safe. So that side of the path. So you only need to get like 100 feet, but you can take this hyzer gap and make sure that you're finishing across the path. Super risky. It's not something I'm going to be doing, probably more of a doubles play, but I'll try that. And then I think a backhand turnover is the most distance potential and finishes left side up there, which opens up the gap better into the basket. So I'll try that, and then a forehand just to get up there and finish on the right. Now if you throw it on a spike hyzer. Wow. Okay, that's not good. All right, we'll go forehand with the rive, and we're trying to keep this pretty low because there's some branches that are high that will knock you down really far back. Well, I guess we were low. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I mean, pretty good. All right, so this one we're probably like 250, but it's very uphill. Also, it's like pretty sneaky. You can go like a low backhand hyzer around the whole thing, but you usually finish too far straight. And again, if you finish on the right, you're kind of screwed. So I like this little forehand, aim it at this left tree, fade it in behind it, or in front of it, behind the first one. Yeah, just like that. Now get down. Yeah, that's a good shot, probably in the circle. All right, I decided to try from the forehand to kind of give you an idea of what the straighter gap looks like up there. I'm gonna go fairways, Explorer, turn it over on backhand, and then Pioneer forehand. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow, I loved it. Same as that other one, I'm trying to aim at this left tree. Oh, that was high. Oh. Thankfully I hit that branch. I think that's closer than it would have been. For great shots. Explorer is only like 5 feet. And then the Rive from way back there, 15. There we go, 3 good putts. All right, so new look at hole 8. We're playing a par 4 down to the sloped green that we used to play for a couple other holes. Not this close one to the left. That's the only thing that's like a little confusing. If you know it's 675 feet, you wouldn't think it's that one, but it is kind of close. That's hole 16's basket. For this, I'm trying to throw really far, turn a little bit, land somewhere in the middle. If you finish left, you have a kind of a hyzer up the tree line. And if you finish right, you're wide open, but the approach shot you have to land a little softer. So here's some internet distance hole and conditions we have a pretty strong tailwind. Try to go a little bit more right. There we go. Wow. I've never been this far. You gotta love a 30-mile-per-hour tailwind. Just all hyzer. All right, we had a couple crushed ones. All right, here's a fairly normal landing zone. You either finish like just short left of this tree or just short right usually. But I'm probably under 250. The sloping right to left green makes it a little bit difficult, but I'm throwing something slow, culprit, to try to land softly. Get a little left. Oh yeah, I love it. Pretty unrealistic off the tee. I was about 515, tailwind, downhill, but this is as good as I've ever done it. I'm probably like 150. Yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah, let's give it a run. Let's give it one run. Oh, just deep. Oh, almost. Whoa. All right, hole 9 is another new one. We have a bunch in a row. I think it's like 8 out of the first 10 are new. But this is a new par 4. We're playing through this gap. You pick your gap that you want. There's a straight one and there's a big anhyzer or lefty line. That's a little bit safer. But we're playing to a little bit of an island on the right side around the corner. So you can't finish right. This whole part is like inbounds, so if you hit one of these trees, but if the next area and anything in the woods is all out of bounds, and you really want to finish far and left. Left is more important than far because you can access it. If you're short right, you're kind of screwed. So that's why I don't like this. The middle gap I think is a sucker gap. It's a mistake, I think, because you can do the same thing, just throw straight left and you'll have a way better second. But I'll try it just to show you, but it's not going to be my play. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think it's still, like, I want to be more left than that. So, all right, I'm going to try the forehand just up this left side. I don't really need it to finish that far right, though. Yeah, that's pretty close to my first one, I think. And then if the wind is right, which it kind of is, left to right, you can get super aggressive. And the hole's probably like under 550. So you can probably get there with like the special shot, but I'm gonna try it. Wow. Okay, that's darn near perfect for me. All right, so this was actually a really good shot up the middle, and I got far enough left, because if I finished, I don't know, 30 feet more right, that would have been pretty bad. But you can see my other ones. That's my forehand, that's my turnover. I don't know if I could do it any better. But yeah, so we're trying to land on the island. The woods is out of bounds on the right of it, and the path left, so within like 20 feet both sides. Oh, simmer, or get across. Dang it. And you can land left of the path and have like a 30, 45 footer if you really wanted to. You just can't do what I did. Now sit. All right, great shot. But this is just incredible. Whoa, yanker. Ended great. I was trying to give it a run left to right, but yeah, like that. Yeah, that was better. Let's try to do it again. I yanked it a little bit. Gave it the height though. And you go out of bounds. And I'm definitely in the circle right here. So like you could definitely lay up. Oh, and then out of bounds twice. Oh, I just can't figure it out. But yeah, you can definitely land on that side and be totally fine. Like this line right here. Oh, gotta focus a little bit, but it's probably 20 feet, maybe 15 on both sides. So it's a real tight green, even though the hole's probably like 520 feet. Hole 10, we're looking at about 230 feet. Just wide open. It's gonna be an island around it that will probably play as hazard outside just for OB rules, but and if we can get the basket into one of the stumps, that's what we want to do. We just didn't have the equipment to do it. So it's right in the middle of these two stumps, and we're gonna have like an island around it to give it a little bit of teeth, because right now it's like super easy. Now watch that, I'm gonna mess it up pretty bad, but yeah, left to right, this should just hold pretty straight. Yeah, it was straight, but I gotta throw it right. A little too much hyzer on those, not getting the drift I was looking for. We'll go culprit a little bit more right side of it. Ooh, and that'd be like borderline out of bounds, because it's probably like 30 feet wide on each side and a little shorter on the front, right, and left. That's got to get down. Holy crap. Yeah, both those probably are out. All right, so the line is probably going to be like right along there and right along there, and then 30 feet-ish on each side. I'd like it in the back stump if possible, but yeah, it's not super big island, and I probably would have missed it with a couple of those, or been right on the edge, but let's see if we can make them anyway. Oh, just afraid of the right to left, lifting it. All right, I'm gonna try to go a little higher, a little bit of ante to counteract it. There we go. Soft though. Hey, love those. So our next change is hole 13. So we skipped ahead a couple. This is going back to the by the white tree that you see out there. The other basket was by the pond over to the right. But the best play for that hole was literally just throw a big hyzer around everything, have no obstacles, and then just throw another big hyzer over the pond. So that just wasn't very fun. And the tee pads lined up to go this way, but nobody ever did it, if you could throw like 400 feet. So now with it over there, you have to lay up short of the pond, and then if you go left, you have to test it, go over across it, or if you land to the right, you kind of got to go around it to the right. Should make it a little bit more technical, make you think a little bit, and that's really the goal here, is a little harder, make you think, should play harder. It's actually shorter than the old hole 2, so it's really about the technicality, which is something that I like. So I'm going to go a straight backhand up the middle, and then a forehand and a backhand up this right side, and see where they all land up. I'm trying to go right at that tree If you throw like a 350, 375 foot hyzer, you'll land in a good spot. If you throw a 300 foot hyzer, you're gonna have well over 400 over the water. It's just not very doable. So you have to push this one a little bit, more than you think. Oh. Yeah, so that wasn't very good. I hit a tree. That's probably not gonna be a good spot. I'll try the forehand. I don't love this into the 20 mile per hour headwind, but yeah, that might land in a good spot. Yeah, that's tough. All right, I'm gonna throw the right side hyzer, but it's actually like through trees now instead of just throw it up over the top. All right, I landed right by the pink one. All right, you see how far away from the water edge I am? This is not somewhere that I would normally say, yeah, let's try to go across. It says I'm like 380 from the pin. It's like, in theory, yeah, I should be able to do that, but it doesn't always work out that way, especially with tough footing sometimes. So I'm gonna throw this pretty hard and flat, maybe with some ante, and try to get it to turn into the headwind and finish deep right. Oh. Well, we almost hit the tree and went right in the pond. Finished deep right. So I landed in this low area. If you land a little bit more to the right off the tee, you have to go under these branches, and you're at the height of the branches, having to go low right at the water. Here I'm at least under it, and I have this nice big hyzer. It's probably going to be tough in this wind, but this is a great landing spot. I'll be long enough. Please, 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 please. Yes. Oh, great. Nope, no height. Okay, felt good. We are at hole 15. The main reasons for this change is we don't have to walk across this little fairway anymore. It's like right behind the basket of the previous hole, and it gives us more options. So there actually is a pretty reasonable forehand line that you couldn't do from the old tee, and you can throw the exact same shot you used to, backhand hyzer, but now it has a little bit more danger with a bush that's right in like the line that you want to throw. So distance is just about the same, 310-ish. Just the trees are lined up a little bit differently to just give you a different perspective on the hole. So I'm going to show you both lines. Go on or backhand. Oh, and that's exactly what I want. That shot looked great, but I either have to finish inside or outside of that tree. If I push the back wall, then I test the bush a little more, but it's more pier to the gap or to the basket. But if I go inside, I still am inside like 20 feet if I get through. So I love that. Now I'm gonna go forehand left side. Oh, dang it. Gotta keep it really low into the headwind. There we go. And it's still lifting. Okay, it ended up good, probably like 10 feet. This tree is like just outside the circle, so it's a really good spot where like if you hit something back here, you're gonna have to make a good putt. You don't get rewarded for kind of bad shots. Oh. There we go. Dang it. It was high. I'm good with missing high. So our last change today is hole 16, which means 17, 18 are staying the same. The main reason for this change is the choke point that we have up there by not going down in the valley. We had to move the basket to the right, which is now it's a par 5. It's, I don't know, probably like 800 feet. It's shorter to birdie than the old hole was, for sure. And there is an eagle opportunity if you test this parking lot and get over it. Then you'll be under 400 probably. So there's totally possible that you can get an eagle, but the birdie is also more obtainable for more people. So it should be a more scoring separation, and you might try to push things a little bit more and test like the parking lot OB and the path that's OB, and just making sure that you're landing safe is going to be super important. Right now I'm not going to worry too much about that because I just want to rip some shots, but we have a strong head right left, so I don't know what these are going to do. I'm probably going to try to crush Bliss Pro, and then these ones are probably just going to be hyzers to land safe and then lay up on the next one and try to get a birdie. And now it turns, and I'm going to drop. Oh, that might be out of bounds. Right in that corner, it's kind of hard to tell because the grass is growing up a little bit. We usually mark it for like tournaments and stuff, but all right, I'm just going to throw like a flat to hyzer. I didn't even do that well. All right, let's try again, round 3. Aim a little bit more right. Man, they were just getting smacked. All right, I'm gonna throw one where I just trust it as much as possible, because this is a crazy wind. And I still didn't do it. Oh my God. And that one's out of bounds. All right, I gotta figure out how to throw this apparently. I mean, I hated it the whole time, but it's the only one that's safe. That's decent. I just wanted to show that you can still birdie this from hitting these trees. Like, it's not a big deal. I just need to throw like 300 feet that way, and then I'll have like 300 foot hyzer. So totally still doable. Yeah, you'd like to be a little bit further, maybe a little more right, but that's totally fine. All right, so you can see it by like the big gap in the trees. It's like deep and left of that. And you can go at it left to right if you want. It's just not as easy. But I'm just trying to throw like a 300 foot hyzer, land on the right side here. Yeah, pretty good. Now you can really see why I want to land on this right side, because now I have this huge gap that I can hyzer in behind it. It is out of bounds if you land on the rock path and to the right, so it's a little risky, but as long as you go over stable, you shouldn't have anything really to worry about. You can also go like forehand low, which is another good play if you don't want to risk the OB. Trusted it. Oh yeah, great shot. I need it higher if you're gonna just dropping as soon as I put Annie on it. Gotta trust it really high, and then you don't do any of it. Oh well. But at least this one was good. Just wrapped up. It is super windy today, so I'm hiding in a tree. But thanks for watching the video. Make sure to come out and check this layout out. I had a lot of fun, even though it was windy. And I'm excited to play a full round out here and actually play try to score and see what I can shoot. I know it's only been, I put it in this week with the help of Zach Welke and Dalton Trainer. So big shout out to those guys. We would not have been able to get it done in a day if they did not help me out. So big shout out to them. And yeah, I'm hoping to get back out here and play an actual round, have some fun. So hope you guys enjoy the course. Hope you enjoy the video, and see you next time.